All right, let's journey back in time. We're talking 1,000 years ago, to a time when incredible empires thrived, right in the heart of southern Africa. Today, we're going to uncover the secrets of these lost kingdoms. It's an amazing story of power, incredible wealth, and yeah, a pretty big mystery. So, our whole story really starts with a puzzle. Right here among these ancient ruins, a super powerful kingdom once stood. It was a beacon of wealth, a major player. And then it just vanished. Poof. So, who were the people of Mapungubwe? And what on earth happened to them? Well, the answers are buried right here, just waiting for us to dig them up. To figure out the mystery of how Mapungubwe ended, we've got to go all the way back to its beginning. So let's do it. Let's travel back in time to the Limpopo Valley, where a brand new power was about to rise up. Okay, so this timeline tells a really cool story of how things grew. It all kicks off around 900 CE with some farmers, the Zizo people, who basically got the whole trade thing started. Then, about a century later, the Kalundu people took that growing trade network and really ran with it, setting up a rich new center they called K2. But the real game changer, that came around 1220 CE, when a new capital was built way up on the strategic and, let's be honest, much safer high ground of Mapungubwe Hill. And this was a huge deal for southern Africa. I mean, Mapungubwe wasn't just a village. It was a full-on thriving metropolis. We're talking about the region's first real city. For a good while, it was the most powerful kingdom around, a buzzing hub for culture, politics, and trade that connected them to the rest of the world. So what was it actually like to live in Mapungubwe? Well, it was a world of pretty stark contrasts. This was a society that was built on a very strict, very clear social ladder. You can really see that deep social divide here. The elite, the royalty, they lived up on the fortified hilltop in these big, impressive stone houses. Meanwhile, the commoners lived down in the valley in much simpler huts. Your social status decided literally everything about your life, from where you lived and what you ate, all the way to how you were buried. And those royal tombs, wow, filled with incredible gold objects, they're proof of just how much power and wealth the people at the top really had. So you might be asking, how on earth do we know all these little details? Well, archaeologists are basically history detectives. They've sifted through ancient garbage piles, yeah, really, and found that the elite ate a ton of meat, while commoners ate mostly grains. The ruins of the big stone houses on the hill, those amazing gold artifacts from the royal graves, it all paints a super clear picture of a society that was very, very divided by class. So where did all this incredible wealth actually come from? The answer, in one word, is trade. Seriously, this was no isolated kingdom. Mapungubwe was a crucial link in a massive trade network that stretched from the heart of Africa all the way to the Indian Ocean and even beyond. Their whole economic system was a thing of beauty. It was so sophisticated. It all began with the amazing natural resources they had: gold, iron, and of course, ivory from the massive elephant and rhino herds. Then, by controlling the super important trade routes along the Limpopo River, they moved these goods to the Swahili coast. This was a buzzing network of ports in East Africa. And there, they'd trade with merchants from Arabia, from India, even from China. And in return, they got all these amazing exotic treasures, like glass beads and beautiful pottery. But like all great empires, this golden age couldn't last forever. After centuries of being on top, the great kingdom of Mapungubwe was just abandoned. And the question that has fascinated historians for ages is, why? Well, what historians think now is that it wasn't just one single thing. It was more like a perfect storm of problems. The environment itself kind of turned on them. The climate changed, it got drier, and key resources started to run out. At the exact same time, new trade routes started popping up elsewhere, leaving Mapungubwe out of the loop. Add in some fighting inside the kingdom and the threat of attacks from the outside, and by 1270 CE, the great city was empty. But here's the thing. The story doesn't just end there. The legacy of Mapungubwe didn't die out. As the kingdom fell, a new power was already rising to the north. Great Zimbabwe, this magnificent city with these incredible towering stone walls, it would become the new center of civilization. Its builders learned from both the triumphs and the failures of the people who came before them. So in the end, when you put it all together, it was this combination of things that brought down Mapungubwe. You had environmental problems, political drama, and the world of trade just moving on without them. It's a pretty complex and
Honestly, a tragic end for such a remarkable civilization.
You know, the story of Mapungubwe is timeless, really. It's a powerful reminder that all civilizations, no matter how powerful they seem, are deeply connected to the world around them. It shows us that the forces of nature and the tides of history can change everything. So as we look at our own world and our own future, you have to ask, what can we learn from the ghosts of Mapungubwe?